Tomorrow I may not be there. Welcome to yet another edition of Poem Mirror, the channel that brings to you English translations of the gems of Gujarati poetry. And I'm Dr. Mukur Petrolwala. The poem that I bring to you today is by noted writer, editor, and poet Mr. Suresh Joshi. Very alive today, it would be his centenary year this year. In this particular very poignant poem, he talks of the possibility that tomorrow he may not be alive. But faced with this possibility, he comes out with interesting possibilities. Let us just think, what would we think if we know that this is our last day on earth? Perhaps we would think of our bucket list, perhaps we would think of our loved ones, perhaps we would think of our unfinished tasks. Here Mr. Suresh Joshi also thinks of the unfinished tasks at hand, and then he entrusts various elements and celestial bodies to carry out these unfinished tasks. But who does tell these bodies, you, us, right, the reader, that if by chance, if these elements and celestial bodies survive his death, if they are not wiped out along with him, then please tell them this, that these are the unfinished tasks at hand. A very interesting poem that I bring to you. Tomorrow I may not be there. If tomorrow it rises, please tell the sun this. In my closed eyes, needing a dryer, a tear still remains. In my closed eyes, needing a dryer, a tear still remains. If tomorrow it blows, please tell the wind this. On my branch, the plucking of the ripe fruit off, a maiden's stolen smile in youth, still remains. If tomorrow it splashes, please tell the ocean this. In my heart, waiting to be crushed, a black rock called God still remains. There might be a little controversy about what the poet means by this black rock called God. Is it the God he had harbored in his heart for remembering during difficult times, but did not do so? That's what the poet feels, and therefore feels that God has turned into a black rock. Or, more possible, is it his own ego which has produced problems which he could never get rid of? And is that black rock the ego of the poet? So if tomorrow it splashes, please tell the ocean this. In my heart, waiting to be crushed, a black rock called God still remains. If tomorrow it tempts, please tell the moon this. Moon and moonlight have been romanticized and have been tempting people for generations together. So if tomorrow it tempts, please tell the moon this. Inside me, struggling to escape, a fish it duped still remains. We remain romantic at heart, or cling on to some childhood fantasies, even at the fag end of life. If tomorrow it gets lighted, please tell the fire this. Waiting to be cremated, my poor widowed shadow still remains. Is this poor widowed shadow the spouse, the loved one? That's left to your interpretation. Lot of things left to your interpretations, friends. Tomorrow I may not be there. That's the gem from Mr. Suresh Joshi and my English translation. If you like this idea, please tell your friends about it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.